Hey everyone, quick story time. Something happened to me a couple of days ago, and I wanted to decompress about it a little bit online. Um, it's still something that is being worked through from a legal standpoint, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'm going to go through broad strokes, generalization of what's going on. So, um, I was away from the house the other day. My wife was home with the kids, and I got a call that said someone was in our driveway, which our driveway kind of wraps behind the house. So if you're in the driveway, you're significantly like you've gone down the driveway on the side of the house and then into the back of the house. But someone was in the back of the house snooping around my garage. And um, so immediately I told my wife, hey, did you call the cops? She's like, I called the cops. They are here. Come home as quick as you can. Thankfully, I was only I was like 5 minutes away at the grocery store. So I was in the checkout line, and halfway through the checkout, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to finish this up. I'm coming home. The cops are already there. That's good, you know. But I got in the car as quick as I could and booked it home. Retrospect, I probably should have just, hey, I'm out of here. Gotta go. Sorry, emergency, whatever. That's not the point. I get home, and there are at least 4 police cars parked on the street in front of my house, and at least 6 police officers around this one guy who showed up at my property. I had some interactions with this person about a month ago. I sold a vehicle to them, and unfortunately, the vehicle wasn't running. Sold it from my house. He picked it up from my house, and there was a couple of text communications after the sale, but at no point was he ever invited back to my house. And the fact that he showed up and started snooping around my garage is totally unacceptable and not cool. All in all, after talking about this to my wife, I think, and she thinks, this situation worked out about as best as it could for the moment that we are at right now. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but at this moment, it is probably a good thing that I wasn't home and saw this guy outside for a couple of reasons. Number one, I could have gone out there and tried to de-escalate the situation with this guy before the police arrived. Police response, by the way, was like 2 to 3 minutes, which is fantastic. Way to go, local cops. I appreciate you guys. Really, no, it's not sarcasm. I appreciate you. I'm critical of police officers all over the place, but when you do a good job, I'm happy to point that out. And they did a great job. So that was one item. But the cops got here quick. Don't know the guy's intention. But whatever the case was, had I gone out there, it would have, delayed calling the police officers. It would have taken them longer to get there because I would have been trying to solve a situation out there. Then who knows what his intentions were, if he was just acting weird, or if he was going to attack me or whatever. And if he attacked me, it could have gone very badly for me, or I could have drawn my carry gun, which at the time I was carrying my Glock 43 in this holster. More on that in a second. And then I would have had to defend myself, and that's not a situation I ever want to be in. This thing was de-escalated totally non-violently. Thank you again, cops. And he was taken off the property. So, at this point, it's been communicated that if he ever comes back, it's really clear what that is. That's a threat. He's not at all allowed back. He knows he's not allowed back. If he comes back, it's trespassing. And it's also threatening to me and my family. When it comes to the situation, though, had I been able to get home before the police officers, I'm not sure this is what I would have wanted. This is loaded, so I'm going to be really careful with it. But this is my cat playing with the chinchilla cage. In my Glock 43, I have 7 rounds in the magazine, flush-fitting ETS magazine, 1 round in the chamber, 9 shots. Oh, sorry, 8 shots. I'm not a very good shot with this gun. Of all the guns I have, I'm not a very good shot. If I were to come into a situation, let's just hypothetically play this out. Say he got into my garage and was inside of my garage. Say he went to talk to my wife, and my wife either opened the door and he worked his way in the house, or he forced his way in there anyway. If I was on the razor edge of having to go onto and defend my own property, this is not what I would have chosen. Nothing against the Glock 43. It's great when it's the only thing I've got, but I was at the grocery store. I had the opportunity to carry this H&K 45C, 9 rounds, 8 in the magazine, 1 in the chamber, 230 grain, 220 grain, hollow points with a polymer tip, Hornby critical duty. These are great. I can shoot this gun much better. I can control this gun much better than the Glock 43. I have the same-ish capacity, and I feel a lot more confident with this. If I had to go with a pistol, this is what I would want. My one extended magazine for this gun, 9mm, 17 round magazine, 15 plus 2. Yeah, something like this would have been ideal if I was working my way into my home, into my structure, and defending it kind of offensively. I don't carry a car gun or truck gun. I don't have a truck. I don't carry a car gun. But something like this would be really good to have. If I had the ability to load up something like this, something like that would be ideal. If I could grab that from the back of the car and, again, work my way into my home and protect my family and do whatever I had to do if there was ever some kind of, like, I came home and there was a hostage situation or something, I know that I would be effective with something like this, or effective with a larger pistol compared to, sadly, the Glock 43. Now again, not hating on the Glock 43, but of all the options that are in that safe, including, like this guy, Mossberg Shockwave, with a beautiful, I put the RMR back on here because I couldn't not have it on, with a red dot on here. These are just fantastic options, and the Glock 43 is like the last one that I would choose. Cat. So, finally, something else I gotta bring up. Just holding this because it's super, super comfortable. When it comes to the emotional aspect of all this, it's not something I was prepared for. My wife was awesome in this circumstance. And it's something that I'm really appreciative to have someone who did such a good job with the kids, such a good job with securing the home, being clear and concise with the police, managing the kids while there was a dangerous situation outside, and a whole bunch of cops were there, and there was, nervousness and all that. And then I come home and informing me clearly of what's going on, and, I'm talking to the cops, we give our statements, all this stuff. It's really important to have a team and to communicate in that team. All the equipment in the world is not going to be better than the team you've got. Communicating with your team, with your family, with your friends, with your roommates or your neighbors, or whoever you've got is more important than any piece of equipment that you happen to have. So as much as I just said, I know I can do better than this piece of equipment. I also know that I can do better with building up a better relationship with my team, building up better plans, better communication, having a better alarm system, ways that we can be notified of stuff that's happening outside. All of that. All of that is important, and all of that stuff is more important than this. I made a video a couple of videos back called The Equipment Fallacy. Same thing. It's not about the equipment. The equipment helps. The equipment can get you further. But as much as I'm ragging on the equipment that I was carrying, I need to remember that yes, I have access to better equipment. I can carry better equipment. I can have better equipment. I also need to focus on the communication. So, hopefully this lesson learned for me can help out other people, as all the lessons that I put on the channel are. It's not about me trying to preach something. This is a journey that I'm on, and I see and hope other people can be on here with us. Anyway, stay safe out there. If there's any updates to the specific situation that pertain to the channel and not just pertain to this specific person and my specific scenario and whatever, I'm not going to share personal stuff beyond what I've already shared. But if there's anything that I feel like could help other people, I'm going to share that. So, really, stay safe out there, guys. See ya. But maybe I'll carry my 45 with ball ammo. Because, come on. Get it. Get it. There you go. This is my target gun. Yeah. Maybe I'll carry a 45. We'll see. I mean,